Right now, inside your wardrobe, there is a creature smaller than a grain of rice systematically destroying the most expensive clothes you own. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't leave a trail. By the time you notice the damage, the tiny holes, the threadbare patches on your best wool coat, the ruined cashmere, it is already too late. Professional exterminators will charge you anywhere between $300 and $800 to treat a moth infestation. Dry cleaners profit billions each year from clothes that moths have already attacked. But there is a solution that costs less than $1. A single spice sitting in your kitchen right now. And the reason you've never heard of it has nothing to do with coincidence. The dry cleaning industry in the United States and United Kingdom generates a combined revenue exceeding $14 billion annually. A significant portion of that money, more than most people ever realize, comes directly from moth damage. Wool suits brought in for specialist cleaning. Cashmere jumpers riddled with larvae tunnels through the fibers. Vintage coats with entire panels of fabric destroyed by a creature that was never meant to survive inside your home in the first place. You have been robbed, not by the moths themselves, but by an industry that has spent decades making sure the cheapest, most effective deterrent never makes it onto the shelves of mainstream stores. Pest control companies charge recurring monthly contracts worth thousands over a lifetime. Cedar products are sold at a premium and need replacing every single season. Moth-proof garment bags retail for $40, $50, $60 each, and none of them work as well as what I'm about to show you. But that changes today. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which spice kills clothes moths and their larvae overnight, why it works on a biological level that no synthetic product can replicate, and how to apply it correctly so that moths never return to your wardrobe again. You will also know where to place it, how much to use, and how long it lasts. And it will cost you less than $1 to protect every single item of clothing you own. But stay with me, because there's one critical mistake that almost everyone makes when they try this method. A mistake that renders the entire thing useless. And I will show you exactly how to avoid it. And this is where it gets interesting. Because the story of how this solution was buried doesn't begin in a boardroom. It begins in the early 20th century, when textile merchants across rural England and the American South were storing their finest wool and silk alongside something that would seem completely unremarkable today: cloves. The dried flower bud of the Syzygium aromaticum tree, traded for centuries across Southeast Asia and used in everything from medicine to food preservation. For generations, fabric merchants, tailors, and clothiers kept sachets of cloves tucked into their storage chests, their shipping crates, and their wardrobes. It was common knowledge, passed down through families and trades, that cloves repelled insects from fabric. The active compound responsible for this is eugenol, a naturally occurring chemical present in high concentrations in clove oil and dried clove buds. Eugenol disrupts the nervous system of insects, including the clothes moth, Tiniola biseriella, at every stage of its life cycle. It doesn't just repel adult moths, it kills larvae. It prevents eggs from hatching. It essentially renders your wardrobe biologically hostile to the entire species. This knowledge existed for centuries. It was documented in Victorian household guides. It appeared in early 20th century home management manuals on both sides of the Atlantic. And then, quietly, systematically, it disappeared from public consciousness. What they didn't want you to realize is that the timing of that disappearance coincides almost exactly with the commercial rise of the dry cleaning industry in the 1940s and 1950s, and the later emergence of the synthetic moth repellent market. Naphthalene mothballs, toxic, carcinogenic, and largely ineffective against larvae, became the standard recommendation. Cedar balls flooded hardware stores. Chemical sprays were marketed as the modern solution. None of them contained eugenol. None of them targeted the full life cycle of the moth. And none of them cost less than the handful of cloves that had been doing the job quietly and effectively for hundreds of years before the industry decided there was no money in letting you know. Most people stop here. Don't. Because what I'm about to show you next is the specific part of this story that the pest control industry spent decades making sure you would never find out. The precise mechanism by which cloves destroy a moth infestation at the source, not just on the surface. Stay with me. The solution is whole dried cloves. Not clove oil, not clove powder, not synthetic eugenol. Whole dried cloves. The kind sold in the spice aisle of every supermarket in the country for less than $1 a bag. Here is why they work where everything else fails. The clothes moth larvae, the actual destructive stage of the insect, feed on keratin, the protein found in natural fibers like wool, cashmere, silk, and fur. They do not eat synthetic fabrics. They are drawn to dark, undisturbed spaces with natural fiber present. Eugenol, released continuously by whole dried cloves at room temperature, penetrates those exact spaces. It acts as a neurotoxin to the larvae on contact and as a powerful deterrent to adult moths seeking a place to lay eggs. Unlike cedar, which loses its potency within weeks as the volatile oils evaporate, whole cloves continue releasing eugenol for months, Unlike mothballs, they are completely non-toxic to humans and pets. And unlike every commercial product currently on the market, they cost almost nothing. If this method is new to you, consider spending a moment to follow along on this channel. Not because we ask for it, but because this is the kind of information that the people who benefit from your ignorance would prefer you never share with anyone. Here is exactly how to use it. Begin by removing every item of clothing from the affected wardrobe or storage space. Inspect each garment carefully, holding it up to a light source. Moth larvae are cream-colored, approximately 4 to 8 millimeters long, and often found tucked into folds, seams, and collar edges. Any garment showing signs of larvae or webbing, a fine, silky trail left behind by feeding larvae, should be sealed in a plastic bag and placed in a freezer for 72 hours. This kills all stages of the moth life cycle on the garment itself without damaging the fabric. While your garments are being treated, clean the interior of the wardrobe completely. Vacuum every corner, shelf edge, and drawer. Moth eggs are microscopic and adhere to surfaces. Empty the vacuum bag or canister outside immediately. Now take your whole dried cloves and fill small breathable sachets, a piece of muslin, an old pillowcase corner tied with string, or a purpose-made herb sachet from any craft store. Each sachet should contain approximately 2 tablespoons of whole cloves. Place 1 sachet in every corner of the wardrobe floor, 1 on each shelf, and 1 tucked into the hanging section near your densest natural fiber garments. For drawers containing wool or cashmere, place 1 sachet directly inside each drawer. Replace the sachets every 4 to 5 months or when the cloves begin to lose their scent. The warning here, the critical mistake, is this: do not use ground clove powder. The powder form releases eugenol too rapidly, loses potency within days, and leaves a residue on fabric. Whole cloves only. This is the step that causes the method to fail for most people who try it without knowing what they're doing. Before finishing, there's one more thing about cloves that almost nobody talks about. And this is the part that will genuinely surprise you. Eugenol doesn't just kill clothes moths. The same compound is a documented deterrent for carpet beetles, silverfish, and several species of pantry moth. A wardrobe treated with whole cloves doesn't just become hostile to Tiniola biseriella, it becomes resistant to an entire category of fabric-destroying insects. Homeowners who have switched to this method have reported eliminating not just their moth problem, but their carpet beetle infestation simultaneously, without a single visit from a pest control company and without spending more than $2 in total. The compound works across species because the mechanism, eugenol disrupting the insect nervous system, is not species-specific. It is a broad-spectrum natural insect deterrent that has been sitting in your spice cupboard this entire time. Now consider what this means in real terms. The average household spends between $150 and $300 per year on moth prevention products: cedar balls, chemical sprays, specialist dry cleaning for moth-damaged garments, and pest control callouts. A single bag of whole cloves costs under $1 and protects a full wardrobe for 4 to 5 months. That is 2 bags per year, maximum. $2 against $300. The before picture is a wardrobe treated with cedar balls that lose their potency in 3 weeks, chemical sprays that kill adult moths but leave larvae untouched, and repeated dry cleaning bills for garments that keep getting damaged because the source of the infestation was never properly addressed. The after picture is a wardrobe where adult moths cannot enter, larvae cannot survive, and eggs cannot hatch, maintained continuously and passively by the eugenol released from 2 tablespoons of dried cloves in a muslin sachet. People who have used this method describe returning to wardrobes after months away, after holidays, after storing seasonal clothing, and finding every garment exactly as they left it. No holes, no webbing, no larvae, no damage. That is not a minor improvement. That is a complete elimination of the problem at a cost that the pest control industry has spent decades hoping you would never calculate for yourself. Here is what you now know that most people still don't. Clothes moths are not an inevitable feature of homeownership. They are not a problem that requires professional intervention, chemical treatment, or recurring spending. They are a problem that was solved hundreds of years ago with a spice that cost less than a cup of coffee, and that solution was quietly buried by industries that needed you to keep paying for the problem to continue. 2 tablespoons of whole cloves, a breathable sachet, every corner of your wardrobe. The moths don't come back. But here's what this video has only begun to uncover. Clothes moths are the visible infestation. What they leave behind, the microscopic damage to natural fibers, the structural weakening of wool and silk at the yarn level, connects to a far larger and far more expensive problem that most homeowners don't discover until it's too late. The same industries profiting from your moth problem are also profiting from what happens after the moths are gone. And that is a story that deserves its own investigation entirely. The question isn't just how to stop the moths. The question is, what were they covering for